story. So in this way, Srimati Radhika every day would go to cook for Krishna in Nanda Bhavan. So some months passed. In the time of Magh, in the Magh month, there's a vow that you do that every day during the month you go and you bathe in the Jamuna. At that time it's very cold. This is the month after Katyayani Vrat. Usually it's December, January. So it's a very cold time. But the Vrat at that time is that every morning you go and you bathe in the holy river. So at that time, Srimati Radhika was going every day with Lalita, Vishaka, and the Manjaris and Sakis to bathe in the Jamuna, early every morning. But Kutila, if someone doesn't have a nature to do sadhana tapasya, then they see someone else doing sadhana, they think, oh, they're doing it just for their own, they're using it as some kind of pretense to do something wrong. Otherwise, why are they waking at 3 a.m, picking flowers, doing worship, going to the Jamuna? Definitely, dal mein kuch kala. In Hindi they say, something is, dal mein kuch kala means something is black in the dal. There's something wrong. So Kutila was thinking, definitely Radhika and the gopis are going and meeting with Krishna in the Kunj by the Jamuna. Kutila is always like this. Kutila means someone who's always very doubtful, very critical, and always thinking about other people in a wrong way. So she was thinking, okay, I'm going to check now. What is Krishna doing? So she thought like this, that, okay, Radhika and the gopis are every day going to the Jamuna. If I follow them, they won't let me see what they're doing. So she went to Nanda Bhavan, and very innocently she met it with Nanda Jashoda, and she said, oh, Jashoda, where's Kanaya, where's Krishna? Oh, Krishna is doing Magh Vrat. So on one hand, Radhika is doing Magh Vrat, every day going to the Jamuna. The other hand, they said, oh, Krishna is doing this Magh Vrat. Every day he's going and taking a bath in the early morning in the Jamuna. So Kutila was like, I got it, So then Kutila thought, okay, I'm going to catch them in the middle of it. For a long time, they're always suspicious of Radhika and Krishna's meeting because they know before they were, they're very attracted to each other. And so she thought, I want to catch them red-handed. So she went to find Krishna. How? It said that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes this pastime in Chamatkar Chandrika. So Kutila, she began to search following the tracks of Krishna like a hound, looking at the ground because it's still early morning, so it's still somewhat dark. So she would put her head close to the ground and find one footprint and then smell and then go and find the next one. And this way she was walking along all the way to the place called Chatikara. Chatikara is if you go on past ISKCON and you go towards the Govardhan, you go towards the Agra Delhi highway. So this is the Chatikara road. So it's about 5 kilometers past Krishna Balaram temple. So she came all the way there from Nanda Bhavan. Because this is where the Jamuna is, right? So from Nanda Bhavan, they are coming to the Jamuna. So she came all this way tracking Krishna's footprints. And as she came close, coming from Chatikara closer to Kaliya Hrad, where the lake is, where Krishna danced on the hoods of Kaliya. So as she was coming this way, then Radhika and Krishna were with the Sakis playing and laughing and joking in a kunj nearby Kaliya Hrad, in between Kaliya Hrad and Keshi Ghat. In that area, there's a kunj. So they have many scouts, in between the whole different areas, that if someone is coming from any direction, one of the manjaris will act as scouts. So you have one scout, another scout, another scout. So Tulsi Manjari, who is Raghunath, she was acting as a scout, and she saw Kutila coming from Chatikara. And Kutila was coming in a very stealthy way because she also wanted to catch them. So she was coming in a very stealthy way. So Tulsi Manjari didn't see her until she got very close. And she saw her and she said, oh my God, she's already so close. So she snuck down from the tree and quickly ran in a roundabout way and went to the kunj, huffing and puffing, oh my God. And she entered the kunj, and Radhika, Lita, Vishaka, Krishna, they're all playing and joking, in a fun way. Laughing about the situation, That anyhow, they're both able to meet here in the month of Magh. Every day they were able to meet like this, under the noses of their elders. So Tulsi Manjari ran in, oh no, Kutila's almost here, Kutila's almost here. She's coming to catch us. So all the gopis got really scared, oh no, she's going to catch us. They were thinking, now she's got us, because Krishna's footprints led all the way to the kunj. So they were worrying, what are we going to do? So Krishna said, okay, no problem, I have an idea. Just wait. So Krishna told Vrinda, you're expert at decorating and dressing everyone, so I need you very quickly within the next 2 minutes to make me a Abhimanyu outfit. You need to dress me like Abhimanyu and give me some Abhimanyu makeup and everything so I don't look sham, and so that my features are disguised. You make me a little bit taller, and you give me Abhimanyu's hair, you make me look a little bit older and like heavy set. Abhimanyu's a bit slow, so Krishna also can mimic his like speech and style. So very quickly, Brinda Devi dressed Krishna as Abhimanyu, and then he said, okay, I'm going to go meet Kutila and I'll play some trick with her. So Krishna left the Kunj and went a roundabout way, and as Kutila was coming to find them in the Kunj, then he himself came from a different direction, from the direction of Javat, and met Kutila on the path. He said, oh Kutila, oh sister, what are you doing here? She said, oh, your wife, Radha, she's very weak-natured. That Krishna, he's that famous women thief, and he's always trying to attract and catch all the different gopis. And Radha is very simple-hearted and sweet, and Krishna is very charming, so he has captured her. And he is meeting her now, I know. He's definitely meeting her there, by the Jamuna. So I've come to catch them red-handed, and then we'll certainly punish them for good. So Abhimanyu said, oh, really? He was like, oh no. And she said, oh, what are you doing? So Abhimanyu said, oh, I was in Javat about to go cow herding, and I was trying to teach a new bull how to plow. I was trying to tie up a new bull onto the plow to till the fields. But as I was tying the bull, then he escaped and he ran running off because he was a young bull and very restless. So he didn't want to be tied up and working, Like when you're a young boy, you just want to play. You don't want to be a working stiff. So the bull ran off. So I was chasing the bull and it came in this direction and I lost it somewhere. But really, I'm not so worried about the bull now. Oh, hearing this about Radha and Krishna, then, I'm very worried. Let's get to the bottom of this. So he said, okay, look, I have a plan. Krishna said, as Abhimanyu, I have a plan. Okay, I'm going to hide nearby, and you should go and find Radha and report back to me what they're doing. If you find her with Krishna, come and tell me. Or if you find her alone or you find something suspicious, come and report back to me. And anyhow, after that, I'm going to go to Mathura, and I'm going to, once you catch them, try to get some evidence that they're meeting together. You need some evidence. So try to get some evidence of Radha and Krishna's meeting, and then I'll take that evidence and I'll go to Mathura, and I already have a very close friendship with Kamsa. Abhimanyu and Kamsa are like buddies. Because on one hand, Kamsa wants a spy. Kamsa is in Mathura, and he tried to come to Vrindavan before. He came, and when he was entering in the border, then Purnamasi took him and threw him in a kund, and brought him up as an old lady and tied him to a tree, and all the Brijabasis would abuse him and slap him and throw rubbish to him. So he was afraid to come himself, and many demons came and were killed. So he thought, I need an insider. Kamsa is thinking, I need like an informant. So he made Abhimanyu, he was always very sweet to Abhimanyu. He would give him gifts, he would give him money and gold. And so in this way, Abhimanyu was like Kamsa's spy. So Abhimanyu said, I have a good relation with Kamsa. Abhimanyu, Radha's husband, and Govardhan Malla, Chandravali's husband, they're both spies for Kamsa. So he said, okay, I'm going to go to Kamsa and I'm going to tell him we caught Radha Krishna, and immediately you should send 100 infantry soldiers and 10 cavalry. And we should go and we're going to imprison Nanda and his son Krishna, because Nanda is implicit. Every day, Krishna is meeting with all these different gopis, and Nanda's allowing it right under his nose. He knows everything and Nanda's allowing it. So both Nanda and Krishna, they're causing the whole of Braj to become spoiled. So I'm going to go, once you get some evidence, I'm going to go and bring Kamsa and we'll imprison Nanda and Krishna. But then he told Kutila, look, don't tell anybody. We don't want any bad name to come to our family, called Badnam. So I'm going to say that it was Govardhan Malla and Chandravali. I'm not going to say it was Radhika. I'm going to go to Kamsa and said that I caught Krishna with Chandravali, and I'm going to tell Govardhan Malla and Kamsa. That way Govardhan Malla will be on our side also. So he said like this, okay? So Kutila was like, yes, let's do it. So then Krishna's Abhimanyu hid nearby, and Kutila went forward to find the kunj where the gopis were. So Kutila went to the kunj and entered inside forcefully, like a bull, like a lady bull. She entered inside, and immediately Jatila, Vishaka, Lalita, everyone, they were just kind of talking, picking flowers, acting like normal, But they were outside. Radha and Krishna had been meeting in a kunj. There was a kadamba tree, a very beautiful kadamba tree. And kadamba trees have long roots coming down to the earth. the roots are not just growing down under below the earth, they're also coming from the branches. So the branches of the Kadamba, they grew roots down, and these built like a canopy. And then along with that, they made many flowers, and they made a doorway. And so there was a special kunj. Inside that kunj was a rose-petaled bed where Radha and Krishna were meeting and playing together. And so the Sakis and all that, when Kutila was coming, they all came outside the kunj, and they were waiting, like blocking that area, because they didn't want Kutila to go inside. So then when Kutila came, she immediately began to kind of taunt the gopis, like, oh, chaste girls, we know you're so chaste, you're the most chaste girls. What are you doing now here? What's your activity? They say, oh, we're just coming and bathing in Maghrad, yada, yada. And Kutila began again teasing them. Oh, I know everything. So Lalita became a little bit like obstinate. Lalita's very bold. So she said, oh, you know everything. Tell us what you think you know. And they began teasing Kutila back until Kutila got really disturbed. She said, I know you're always going and meeting with Krishna. I know you're not chaste. So Kutila kind of blew up and was like yelling at them. And then Radhika became very angry. And Radhika began to shout at Kutila also. So they had this like shouting match. And then Kutila saw that there was this area that they were kind of blocking. And she said, what's back there? What's that door? And she said, move aside, let me go. So all the Sakis were making a bit of a wall. And they said, move aside, let me go into the room. And Lalita said, actually, this room is the room of a Van Devata, forest god. And to break the forest god's own entrance and to enter by force without permission is a great sin. A great offense will be caused, and you don't know what karma will come as a reaction. So you should be careful. And then Kutila said to Lalita, oh Lalita, I know you're very scared and very weak, and you never enter into anyone's home by force. Instead of entering, you know how to invite lovers into your own home or into the homes of other people's houses. And you yourself don't break into anyone's homes, but you're very expert at arranging the meetings of lovers with other girls. So she began to tease Lalita like that, and Lalita became upset also. And anyhow, then Kutila pushed them aside and forcefully went into the room, breaking aside the door. And inside, on the bed, she saw Krishna's Vaijayanti Mala that was broken, and some flowers were scattered, and a pearl necklace that was also broken, and some pearls were on the bed. So immediately she entered into the room, like some very big ladies, like wrestlers, pushed everyone aside, entered the room, and picked these up. And said, aha! I've got it. Now I've got you. So she came out and said, I know, this is Krishna's, and this is Radha's. And Radhika immediately said, how do you know this is ours? This is not mine. What's your proof? We've never been in this place. So immediately Radhika took the other side. And Kutila was like, you can't trick me. Now I'm going to go and take this, and we're going to go to Kamsa, and we're going to start a case against you all. That you're despoiling all the culture of Braj, and we're going to go and arrest Nanda Baba and Krishna, and you guys are going to be put in jail too. Then you'll see. Then you'll learn for your actions. Right? So Radhika said, I don't care, do whatever you want. You go and show it to every house. You think I'm afraid of you? Radhika's also very strong. You think we're afraid of you? Do whatever you want. Let's see what you can do. So Kutila walked off in a huff and a puff. And who did she go back to? To Krishna as Abhimanyu. So Kutila went back to Krishna, and she said, look, I got Krishna's garland, and it's broken, and I got Radhika's pearl necklace. Now we're going to go. We can take this as evidence. So Krishna said, yeah, give me the evidence. So as soon as she handed it to Krishna, Krishna was like, very happy because she gave away her evidence to Krishna. Then it's like, what's she going to do about that? So Krishna told Kutila, okay, now I have a plan. Go back home and lay low. I'm immediately going to Mathura, and I'm going to immediately call Kamsa, get Kamsa to give us the guards. We're going to bring infantry and cavalry, and we're going to go and arrest Nanda and Krishna. Don't tell anything about it. Keep it quiet, because if they hear, then they'll hide. Abhimanyu, Krishna said, if Nanda Baba and Krishna find out, then they'll flee Braj and go and hide somewhere in Rajasthan or something. So don't tell anybody, go and stay at home quietly. So Kutila was like overjoyed. Finally, we've caught them. So Kutila went back to Javad. In the meantime, Krishna was thinking, okay, I have to, in theory, go to Mathura, come back, talk to Kamsa. I need like 3 hours to pass the time. So Krishna was like, okay, I have to pass the time somehow. So he went in the forest, and he was just kind of like playing around with some of his friends and took a nap, And then by midday, he came back to Javat. And remember, he's still fully dressed as Abhimanyu. So midday, he came to Javat. And he came quickly into the house and said, "Great news, Jatila. Great news, mother, Jatila, and Kutila's sister. I went to Kamsa and I showed him the evidence. And he's quickly coming now. He's going to be here very soon. But on my way back, I checked out the whereabouts of Krishna. I didn't come back straight here. I first went to Nanda Bhavan to make sure Krishna is there. And as I was coming, I saw Krishna sneaking out, dressed like me. Krishna was dressed like Abhimanyu. And he was on his way here. And so I quickly went around and I ran back here before he came. So look, the Kamsa soldiers aren't going to be here for about half hour or so. And Krishna is going to show up any moment as Abhimanyu. So I want you to go on the roof and collect a bunch of cow dung, wet cow dung balls, and some dirt balls, dirt clods. And when this fake Abhimanyu comes, I want you to abuse him harshly and throw all the dirt and all the cow dung at him. In the meantime, I'm going to go to Radhika's room and make sure she doesn't run off anywhere, because now she might be very restless. So you and Jatila go on the roof. I'm going to go, I'll stay with Radhika and make sure she's staying put. So then Kutila and Jatila went to the roof and collected, like they make cow dung patties, no? So they collected the still wet cow dung and they made it into balls, and then they collect many like clay clods of dirt, and they kept it all ready, like an arsenal from the parapets. And then they locked their door from below. They locked all the entrances to their house and Javat. So in the meantime, Abhimanyu was coming back from his general regular day of cow herding. He had left very early, and he had left before Kutila went to the Jamuna. So Abhimanyu was coming back in the afternoon, right? And he didn't know anything that had happened this day, because the whole day was Krishna dressed as Abhimanyu. So he was just coming back as like a normal day, coming back, ready for some lunch or something, expecting to be welcomed by his mother and sister. You come home from your work, you want to have a bath and eat some dinner, But as soon as he starts getting close, he's like walking along, and then like a cow dung ball flies past him, and he's like, and then he gets hit, on the shoulder, and then he gets hit in the stomach. And he's like, what's going on? And then he looks up and he sees his mother and sister are throwing cow dung at him from the roof. He's like, what's going on? They say, "Oh, you crooked cheater Krishna. I know it's you in disguise. And you're always disturbing our Radhika. You're always disturbing Radhika and all the other girls. And now you have no shame. You're even coming dressed as our own." Jatila is saying, you're even coming dressed as my own son. And Kutila is, "You're even dressed as my own brother. You have no shame. And you're coming to try and meet with Radhika under our very noses." So in the meantime, as this was going on, Krishna was meeting with Radhika in her room as Abhimanyu. So they're saying, "Oh, you're coming dressed as Abhimanyu, thinking that you can meet with Radha under our noses." And this was going on at the same time. So Abhimanyu was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" And he thought, like, Jatila, Kutila, they're always thinking Krishna, 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 Krishna. They've become pagal. Like, if you're always suspicious of someone, then you see, like, it's like this story of you see a rope and think it's a snake. So they're always thinking Radhika's meeting with Krishna. They're always suspicious. Wherever they're looking, they're always like, at any moment, Krishna's with Radha. So Abhimanyu was thinking they're so pagal about Krishna that now they're thinking I myself, like, dressed up as Krishna. And so he ran off because they were yelling at him and throwing stuff. So he just left. And Abhimanyu went to an exorcist. Like, the movie The Exorcist. He thought they're pagal now and some ghost or some spirit has entered their mind and they've become possessed and mad. So I better go get an exorcist in Braj. So he brought them back. And by force he entered, and they started doing like cow dung and cow urine to remove the ghosts. If you want to get rid of ghosts, then you give someone like a cow urine bath and smear cow dung on them and do all kinds of mantras. And so Abhimanyu came back by force because he thought they were like throwing stuff at me. So he came back with Govardhan Malla and friends, entered the place, and then by force started to exorcise the demons out of Jatila and Kutila. And in the meantime, the real Krishna, after having his meeting with Srimati Radhika, he went back to Nanda Bhavan. So these are some of the sweet pastimes of Radha Krishna. Radhe Radhe, everybody. Please subscribe to our channel down there. Hit the bell icon for notifications. And if you already subscribed, share with your friends. Like, comment. That would be awesome. Thanks so much.